Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another unboxing slash Rev review. So this is going to be an unboxing slash first ride impressions because I actually already used it. I didn't have time to shoot the video beforehand. Anyway, what I have is USWE, I believe that's how you would pronounce it. And this is called the Outlander Pro. Now it's a 2-liter hydration pack. So here is the hydration bag, bladder, I guess you'd call it, right? And I haven't worn one of these in 20 years or so. I had pretty much, for the roadside, decided I'm not going to wear a hydration pack. And this goes back to first time I did a 400K, so a 250-ish mile brevet. I had a Camelback, actually I think it was called Platypus, but Camelback as in Kleenex and Xerox copies. And we went down into our East County deserts of El Centro. And it was 100 plus degrees. And you know, I was happy to have the extra fluids, but it was also a bigger pack, so I had a lot of stuff in there, because if you have whatever capacity you have, you will fill it. You'll think, well, why not? I might as well take this too. Anyway, so after that was like 2004. I never wore a hydration pack again, and I've done a lot of ultra distance stuff, but I figured, let me give this another try. Packs have gotten a lot smaller, more aero, and I was thinking, might as well. Now, also the strategy was for Saturday that here in Southern California, it's in the areas where we like to ride, where the hills are, it's over 100 degrees these days. And the rest of the country is also going through a heat wave. This is July the 17th. And I'm going to do PBP, Paris-Brest, Paris. So it's a 1,200 kilometer, 750 mile event. And, you know, the less stopping I can do, the better. I generally don't need to stop that often. You know, I do 6 to 7, 8-hour no rides. In other words, no stop for no reason. So no potty breaks, no refueling breaks, none of that stuff. So I might be able to extend the time between 8 controls. You got to check in anyway, or you always have to check in, but if I don't have to stand in line for food and water and all that stuff, and I can keep rolling, then I can get ahead. They call it the bulge. So this is like this big, huge mass of people that's moving along through the course. If you can stay ahead of that, then you're in and out of aid stations pretty quick. All right, so 2 liters. So that comes out to about 2.5 tall bottles like this of extra water or whatever you want to put in there. Now, I generally, I don't know. I don't know that I would put a concentrated nutrition product in a bladder. Although this one seems pretty easy to clean, but I don't know, especially if you are away from home and you don't have access to running water. You know, you're not going to be in a hotel every night. In this case, I'm not going to be in a hotel for 4 days. So I don't know that I would put nutrition in here. It might get quite nasty, right? Okay, so I just had water in it during my ride. Now, so I did Trans Iowa, and that was 320 miles unsupported gravel race. Hilly and very, very difficult event. I did have, I was sponsored at the time by Nathan. I had I had one of their packs, and I had 5,000 calories in the pack. So I just kept sipping on that throughout the ride, a race, and I would have fresh water in my bottles. So, you know, you decide, and maybe that's a question for you. What do you put in your hydration pack? Do you just carry straight water and your fuel is in your bottles? or straight water and you're chewing food, like you're actually eating bars, sandwiches, and stuff like that. So what I did is I had plain water, and then I had just some bars and some stuff that I wanted to eat more solid food on that ride, because I think at PBP I'll be, I won't have all my nutrition stuff, so I'll have to drink or eat solid foods. So I like the modular nature of this. Now, this little guy here goes inside here, and hopefully there won't be any exterior noise, but then you can hear it. Oh, actually the microphones are near my throat. So you probably heard that click. I like that. I like the little O-ring there, so it keeps it nice and sealed. Then on the other tip is the bike valve. So if you want to remove and take this all apart to clean it, then you just do that. So there goes the bike valve. Now the bike valve has an on and off switch. So you're riding along, you don't want to have it leaking on you. Turn it to the off position. Hopefully you can see that. Or turn it to the on position. There should be a little zero, a little O or something like that there. Okay, so I like that. Bike valve turns on and off. Hey, listen, if some of this stuff is like, oh my God, every hydration pack has that. Well, good. I haven't used one in 20 years. I haven't done a review for one in 20 years. Okay, so the bag. The last one I had, the bladder I should say, had like a big old circle here and a twist off type of thing. Well, I like this one. So it's just one big, like a Ziploc baggie, like you would put sandwiches in or whatever. It's just a Ziploc like this. And then you fold that over and you can see all this notching here. You take this guy and you just run it across, and that's it. It's sealed, right? The next thing is you put it into your outside, your carrier. By the way, there is a zippered pocket in here. See that? And whatever you want to put in there, maybe your keys or something, because you're not going to see your car for 2 days or whatever if you're doing some long event. A phone fits in there. 15, 16 centimeters, so a little over 6 inches of depth. So we're going to zip that up. Maybe you put your medical insurance card, your ID, driver's license. I've told people before, you just take a photocopy of your driver's license and your medical insurance card. You can provide the real stuff at another time, but at least, especially if you're on the side of the road somewhere, at least you could say, oh, my stuff is inside this backpack, in hydration pack. All right, once you put the bladder in, this little hole here, you have this Velcro strap. So just put that through there, and that's going to keep it up. And then, of course, the weight of the water weighs it down. All right, I like the workmanship of this. I mean, it's just, all the stitching looks really good. So now you just take this guy, run it through the shoulder hole, okay, and zip. Then you've got these two guys here. So you decide if you want to run it through 1 or 2. Just based on where you need it, and then run it across your body. Now, this also has this very nice across over your shoulders and around your back, this very nice clip system, okay? And then here on one of the straps coming up that comes around your back. There's a clip. And then on the other side, there's a clip. So if you can imagine your body inside this, this is what it would look like. I apologize. I am working alone, so the best I could do is assemble it and show you what it would look like if it was on. So now I'm going to put it on. Okay. Clips. You got your clip right there, and you clip there if you want to use it. If you don't, don't. And it just fits really, really well. Now, when I take this off, I'm going to show you something else. But this is big, wide Velcro straps. They've got reflective on them, so, you know, maybe anytime you're doing any type of ultra or pre-dawn riding, maybe into dusk and sunset, you may want to have just some reflective accents here and there. Okay, so it sits pretty high up on the back, and I have complete access to my cycling jersey pockets. So hopefully you can see that. If these were cycling, if this was a jersey and those were pockets. So I really like the weight distribution of it. I thought it was just a great addition to my ride. And I didn't realize how much I was drinking. So I took it apart that way because I wanted to show you these straps. So there are two D-rings here. So depending on, you know, how snug you need it, your body type, you have a D-ring here or a D-ring here that you run the Velcro strap through. So maybe you just need that much strap, you would leave the other D-ring unused, or you need to take up more, then you take both D-rings and put them in there. Okay, now, as I was saying, I hadn't realized how much I was drinking. Just the convenience of having the hose so close to me. Now, I don't have any issues with descending and drinking and, you know, curvy roads or traffic or whatever. But there was an additional convenience factor. The hose was right there. I just took it, took a sip, and continued to sip throughout the ride. And then all of a sudden, I was surprised I had drank all 2 liters of water. And like I said, it was really, really hot. So, I mean, I didn't even take a nature break on this ride, even though I was out for 7.5 hours or so. So it was really, really hot. And so I was glad to have 2 liters of extra water, or 2.5 bottles of extra water with me. I don't know if I've mentioned it already in this video, but I paid for this with my own funds. This is not a sponsored ad. This is, I didn't get additional discounts as an employee or industry discounts. So I actually think 2 liters is more than enough. Oh, and one more thing. I got to a store, filled this up with ice and water, and predominantly ice, and then just whatever I could fit for water. And it was kind of nice to have the ice on my back. Now, one of the reasons why I hadn't ridden with a hydration pack in a long time is my memories, my PTSD, if you will, of a previous hydration pack. It was just hot. It was heavy because I had not just water, but I had a bunch of other stuff there. And it just was not a pleasant experience. And it was also a 100-ounce hydration pack. So this is like 60 something ounces. So it was, much bigger, much heavier. And I think that's where that bad experience has kept me from using them ever since. But yeah, if you're riding in a remote area, I think it makes sense. So I'd like to hear from you folks. Do you ride with a hydration pack where you live? Or do you just use it for, let's say, all day gravel epic racing, and the rest of the time you just stop at stores, so there's no need for a hydration pack? I'd like to know if you put nutrition in your hydration pack or just water. I'd also like to know if you think I look like a total dork on my road bike with a hydration pack. So if you are still watching this video at this point, please make a comment down below whether I look like a dork or not. But please like and subscribe. And these items that I review on this channel, they're all available for purchase through me. So please get in touch, and there's a variety of these packs. I got the Outlander Pro, but there's a variety of these USWE packs. So anyway, please like and subscribe. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I've posted a new video. And in the meantime, we'll see you up the road.